The total solar eclipse is happening in Aries tomorrow on Monday 8th, actually Tuesday 4 a.m. for Sydney time, but Monday 8th is the date everyone's talking about, and this is not just the biggest eclipse of the year. I would say this is one of the biggest eclipses of our entire lives. This is a new moon eclipse, and all new moon eclipses are portals to a new life, a new reality, a new timeline, but this is next level. Not all eclipses are made equal. They have different levels of potency, and of all the eclipses I've ever researched in my life, this is the most potent, magical, powerful, mystical eclipse I've ever seen. This is the eclipse of empowerment and transformation. This is the eclipse of activating our purpose. This is soul activation, purpose activation, and it's activating our soul's mission and our soul's path. With this being a North Node eclipse, this is where our soul has signed up to go in this lifetime. These are the lessons we haven't learnt yet in other lifetimes. That's the South Node. South Node was the eclipse we had 2 weeks ago. That's all about past life stuff, past lessons already learned, been there, done that. This is completely new territory that we're diving into now. And this eclipse is all about quantum jumping or quantum leaping, which means we can leap from one reality into another. We can shift timelines, we can shift our identity and shift into our soul's purpose, into our soul's mission, and now is the time to do it. We are able to access the quantum field, which is the field of infinite possibilities, like Joe Dispenza says, and in the quantum realm, everything's already done. Anything that you could possibly dream of, anything you could possibly want happen, has already happened in the quantum. But here, on this 3D earthly plane, we're stuck in a time-space reality. In the quantum, there is no time or space. Time is not linear the way we perceive it here on Earth in the quantum field. There is no time or space. It is all done. Past, present, future is all happening simultaneously, and we have the power as humans to access this quantum field and channel it down in order to physically manifest it on Earth. Now, to bring it onto Earth, there is a bit of a time delay because we're in a time-space reality, but everything in the quantum's already happened. So now is the time to figure out what it is that we really want, access that quantum field, and see what it is that's possible, which is anything. Anything is possible in the quantum, and we now have to decide what it is that we want for ourselves. What does our dream life look like? What does our dream career look like? What does our dream relationship look like? And we have to start focusing on that in order to channel it in and attract it and manifest it into our lives. And now is the most potent, important, powerful time to manifest your dream life. If you're wondering when's the best time to set new intentions, this is it. This is a new moon eclipse, which is already perfect time to send out new intentions, but with all the other energies in the sky right now, this is the time to manifest your dream life and to understand that your dream life is possible. The distinction between the past, the present, and the future is only one stubbornly persistent illusion. Albert Einstein said that, and he was talking about the quantum field and the quantum realm, that there is no past, there is no future, there is no thing to get to, there is no place to reach. It is all happening right now. We can access it right now. Your dream life is possible, and your dream life can be manifested and brought in right now. There is no waiting. We don't need to wait right now. And in Aries, we're not waiting. We're plowing ahead. This is a North Node eclipse. This is the head of the dragon. We're flying into something completely new. We're flying into our power and our awareness that we can manifest anything that we want. And the secret to having it all is knowing that you already do. Is that all we have to do is keep our awareness on what we want, not what we don't want, in order for us to manifest it in. Our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, our behaviors, our habits, our beliefs, that's what we're asking the universe. That's what we're manifesting and bringing in. So if you're not thinking good thoughts, if you're not feeling very optimistic about your life, now is the time to change that and start having some optimism and start looking on the bright side and start manifesting your dream life. If you're looking around right now going, this ain't it, this is not the life I want, this is not my dream happening right now, now is the time for you to shift your mindset. You always hold the remote to your life, and you can decide where your life is going to go from this moment on. It doesn't matter what you've been through, it doesn't matter what's happened to you. You have the power now to change your life and to take charge, and this is what Aries is all about. This is about self-reliance, self-trust, standing in your power. This is about having the independence to go for what you want and not really care about what other people are saying, because this is about stepping into your dream life, not someone else's dream life, not what someone else wants for you. This is the time to step back from everyone and ask what it is that you want. I can't tell you what your dream life is because I don't know what your dream is. And everyone has different dreams, and everyone has different soul missions and a different soul path. We're all unique. We've all come with a different role to fill on this planet, on this plane, and you need to discover what that is for you. And no one can tell you that. Don't bother going to a psychic, don't bother going to some reader to ask them, what's my purpose in life, what am I meant to do? Only you know that. And this is the time to sit and reflect. We're in Mercury retrograde as well. This is the time to sit and reflect on where you want your life to go, what lights you up, what gives you joy, what burns that fire inside of you to go, yes, this is what I want. You have to go for that right now. You should always go for that, and always go for your dream, not what anyone else has told you. So this is the time to really strip away all the programs and the judgments and the opinions and the brainwashing and the conditioning of what your life should be, and giving yourself the space and the opportunity to sit and really think about what it is that you want. Really let yourself dream right now. Dream up your life, because it's possible and you can manifest it. That is our power. We are deliberate creators. We are here to create the life we desire. And in order for us to step into our highest timeline, which is what we all want, right? We all want to be on our highest timeline right now. For us to be on our highest timeline, we have to embody our highest self and our highest truth. If you are a diluted version of yourself, you are only going to experience a diluted version of life, right? You cannot live your dream life if you're pretending to be someone else. You cannot live your dream life if you're holding yourself back to please other people and to keep the peace with other people and not step out into your true raw authenticity. You're not going to be able to achieve anything that you want if you're always looking to the other, which is the problem with this Aries Libra axis that I've talked about already in another video that you can watch. But we need to step into our true selves. Now this is the time for that. We cannot be in the Libra shadow of thinking about everyone else, giving up our dreams to someone else, holding ourselves back for someone else or to keep the peace. Now is the time to really figure out what is your dream, what is it that you want, and now is the time to step into that. We also have a comet flying across the sky at the same moment as this eclipse, and just like eclipses, comets are seen as big omens of change, and to have these two events happening at the exact same moment in the sky just makes this eclipse energy even more potent, even more powerful, and even more profound. We're going to see so many shifts, so many changes, not only on an individual level, but on a collective level. This comet only flies past us every 71 years. So this, for most of us, we're only going to see this comet once in our lifetime. So this is really huge energy, really huge shifts, paradigm shifts happening on in our collective consciousness. And since ancient times, comets have always been seen as messengers from far across the galaxy, helping us raise our awareness and raise our consciousness to a higher vibration. And this is what this comet is believed to have bringing in for us right now. It is also called the Mother of Dragons comet, which is really funny because we're in the year of the dragon. So there's a lot of dragon themes happening right now. We're also in a North Node eclipse, which is the head of the dragon. This is symbolic of a dragon flying across the sky at the same moment as this eclipse. We're really getting pushed into something completely new, completely unknown, and we have no idea where we're heading, but we just have to trust. And when we can trust and surrender to the miracles that are coming our way, because they are coming, we will get rewarded for it. And with this amazing cosmic energy that's happening with this eclipse, with this comet flying across the sky in the same moment. We have a lot of change coming, but it's all changes for the better. It's all changes to help us come into alignment with who we're meant to be and what we're meant to do right now. This is all about our soul, what our soul is calling us to do, what our soul signed up for in this lifetime. We're not mucking around being fake anymore. We're not mucking around doing things that we're not meant to be doing. This is like a full redirection of this is what I'm meant to do and I have to do it, and I'm not wasting any more time doing all this stuff that I'm not aligned with. But in order for us to step into our alignment, we need to become aware of everything that's not aligned with us, and that is the tricky part of this eclipse. A lot of things are going to start bubbling up right now. All the things that are not in alignment are going to have to come to the surface for us to witness it, then release it and let it go. For us to then wipe the slate clean so we can start with this new cycle, this new phase, this new chapter, because we can't keep going forward if we're stuck in the past. We need to let the past go or we get stuck there. But once we let go of our past, a whole new life is going to open up for us. All these new opportunities and new blessings are going to come in. And the only way these new blessings can come in is if we let that past stuff go. We need to make space. And there is going to be a moment when you look back on this moment now and say, I'm so grateful that I walked away from that thing. I'm so grateful that I let that stuff go and I moved in this new direction, because all these new opportunities came in for me, and none of this would have come in if I stayed stuck where I was. This is the time to ditch all that stuff, leave all of that behind, take the lessons with you, and keep going and keep moving forward. And there is actually nothing that can stop you. This is like the acorn, right? An acorn only knows how to turn into a tree. It can't turn into something else. It has its DNA or its imprint. It's destined to turn into a tree. It can't turn into anything else. And if there is anything you can tell yourself right now, just tell yourself whatever it is you're meant to become, you've got it within you. You have the blueprint inside of you. Like the acorn, knowing that it's going to turn into a tree, it doesn't have to do anything to turn into a tree. That's just what it does. You have the imprinting and the coding inside of you to become who you are truly meant to be in this lifetime. There is nothing for you to worry about. There's nothing really for you that you have to do. You're destined to become this. This is your soul mission. This is what you signed up for. You are programmed and have the imprint within you to turn into this destined person that you're meant to be and to do exactly what you're meant to do on this planet. There's nothing to worry about in that sense. Apart from letting that past stuff go, letting all the doubts go, this is all about believing in yourself. Aries is all about your relationship to self, and we have another tricky alignment here with Chiron in Aries making an exact conjunction with the sun and moon at the time of this eclipse, exact to the minute. Now this hardly ever happens, and this is also even more potent, powerful energy, which is around healing. Chiron is the wounded healer, so we're specifically healing wounds of self, and I've already talked about that in my other video, but this is healing all our distorted versions of ourselves, all our distorted beliefs about who we are and about our identity, and we're letting go of all the self-definitions that we're way too attached to right now. We're letting all that stuff go so we remember who we are. And in Aries, in this eclipse, we're burning. We're being thrown into a fire, and that's fine. That's okay. You don't have to worry about it, because it's only burning everything that you're not, so you then can see who you really are. The world that we live in, the society that we live in, the brainwashing, the conditioning, and the programming is the forgetting of who you really are. And right now, this eclipse, everything that's happening in this moment is the remembering. You are destined to remember who you truly are, and I genuinely believe now is the time people are going to start awakening and remembering who they are and remembering their power, especially for women. The divine feminine is waking up right now. They're stepping into their power, they're stepping into their destiny, and the masculine are having to heal and step it up in order to meet that energy. And as a collective, we are all going to rise because of it. This is a time of ascension. This is a time of consciousness expansion, and we are not going to know ourselves in a year's time. This eclipse is kind of setting forth the next 6 months. So we're going to see a lot of shifts and changes, not only in your own life, but on a collective scale. This is going to change the world forever. This is going to be the moment everyone looks back on, I believe. I think this is one of the biggest eclipses of our entire lives. And we need to take this energy and use it, not only to heal, but to step into our power, to remember who we are, and to follow our soul's destiny and to follow our soul's mission, whatever our calling is, whatever lights you up. Now is the time to follow that. Go head first into it. Just plow into it with Aries. We're not holding back. We're not sitting here and going, oh, I wonder what someone else is going to think, and oh, I've got to think about someone else. No, you're doing this for you right now. And wherever you're going, the people that are meant for you will meet you there. This is a moment of just like evolving, and everything that's meant for you will follow you. Everything that's meant to be with you will stay with you. You are never going to lose anything that's meant for you. And that should be something that you're telling yourself right now, because a lot of stuff's being shed, a lot of stuff's being let go right now in order for us to come into alignment. But we have to shed in order to welcome in the alignment. We have to be aware of everything that's out of alignment so we can then remove it, so we can come into alignment with our highest purpose, our highest timeline, and our highest destiny. The destiny that we are destined and fated to go down. There is a path set out for us already, and we're hopping onto it right now. The universe is either going to push you on it, it's going to drag you by the heels if you're trying to scratch and hold on to your old life. This is going to be a really hard energy because you're going to be clinging to the past, but because it's an eclipse, something's eclipsed, right? We can't see the sun for this moment. The light is obscured in an eclipse, which means we're not seeing the whole truth. We're not seeing things clearly. And right now, things might seem really chaotic. Your life might feel like it's falling apart. It might feel like a tower moment where everything you love and wanted and all your dreams are falling to pieces, and you go, what the hell's happening? But it's this moment and all these events and everything that's happening, it's kind of eclipsed because we can't see that us getting dragged away from all this stuff that's falling apart is actually meant to, and it's for your highest good, and it's for you to step into your highest timeline. All this stuff needs to fall away for you to realize who you really are and what it is that you really want. This is a time of being really, really honest with yourself about what it is that you want, and really stripping away what other people are going to think, what other people are going to say, what they're going to believe. It doesn't matter. You need to ask yourself what it is that you want, and you need to start taking action for it. And you will be rewarded for the action that you take. You will also be rewarded for trusting in the universe right now. The universe is picking us up and putting us onto our highest timeline. Most of us, it's going to be against our will. We're going to be dragged out of our life and dropped into this new thing. And we will only realize it's for our highest timeline later down the track. Right now, it doesn't feel like this is for our highest good. All the things that are falling apart and all the things that we have to move on and walk away from, it doesn't feel like it's for our highest good, the things we're letting go of right now. But we just need to trust that the universe is actually picking us up to put us into our dream life and to put us into paradise. And right now, we can't see that because it's eclipsed. We're blinded right now. And we don't realize that all of this, everything that's happening right now, is divine intervention. The universe is always working in your favor. It is always working for your highest good. And you are stepping into your highest timeline right now for your highest good. And the way to work with this eclipse energy is to think about that quantum leap and that quantum jump, and keep thinking about what your dream life is, what it is that you want. And don't hold yourself back. This is like no limits. There is no limits in the quantum realm, in the quantum field. Anything is possible. So don't dilute yourself. This is the time of stepping into your true self unapologetically. You're stepping into your path, you're sharing your voice, you're sharing your passions, whatever that is for you. You're diving into your work that is aligned with your soul. It needs to be aligned with you, like on a soul level, to your core. You need to be aligned with it, or it's not going to fulfill you. So you need to figure out what it is that your soul is calling you towards right now, and you'll find the bliss. You'll find your destiny, you'll find your joy, your happiness, your peace, all the love and contentment you want in the world. That's all you need to do, is just keep bringing it back to yourself. In Aries season, this is all about our relationship with ourselves. It's about getting to know ourselves and what we really want, and asking ourselves, what is it that I'm not doing right now that is preventing, what is it that I can do right now to get me to where I'm meant to be? Am I being the person I want to be right now? And if the answer to that question is no, I'm not being the person I want to become, change it. You have the power to do that. You can always change who you are. And do not get stuck in the trap of being attached to your old self, your old life, your old dreams, and being stuck in that place. This is we're always evolving and we're always changing, and this is the time to embrace change. We're in eclipse season. This is the time to embrace the changes that are happening, to embrace the shedding that is happening, embrace the letting go and the cleaning of the slate, knowing that it's all for our highest purpose and it's all for our highest good, and that we're stepping into who we are truly meant to be, and everything that's not meant for us will fade away and we'll lose it. And yes, there is that sad tower moment of feeling like we've lost something that's meant for us, but you never lose anything that's meant for you. Never. And you need to trust in the universe right now. We are eclipsed, we're a bit blinded, we can't see the outcome of the changes that are happening, so we just need to trust that these changes are working for our highest good, because they always are. These cosmic energies are always working in our favor, and we just need to believe that and trust in it. Right now is the time to plant seeds that are pure and strong and are clean from the echoes of the past. None of the seeds that we're planting now have any attachment to the past. These are completely new seeds that we're growing here. These are completely new projects that we're starting. This has no connection to our past whatsoever. This is completely new. We're diving into new territory that we've never walked before, and this should be really exciting. This should be a moment of excitement for things that we haven't experienced yet. We're diving into the unknown, which sometimes is scary, but it's also really exciting because we've never lived this part of our life before. Not just in this lifetime, but all the lifetimes before. The South Node is about our past lives, about the past lessons we've already learned. But with this North Node eclipse, this is stuff we haven't experienced yet. This is what our soul is yearning to learn. This is what our soul is calling us into now, this next phase, this next level of your spiritual journey. You're leveling up right now, you're ascending right now, and this is a really exciting time to start planting new things. But we just need to figure out what it is that we want to plant. What is it that we really, really want? And this is why this is paired with the Mercury retrograde. This gives us time to sit and reflect and realign ourselves and figure out what it is that we really want, what's ours and what's not, and then start working towards those dreams that are ours and start manifesting that and bringing it into our reality, because we have the power to do that. You gotta be you to align with the life that is meant for you. Simple as that. If you're being a diluted version of yourself, you are only going to attract a diluted version of your life experience. If you want to live life to the fullest, if you want to live life in its fullest expression that is perfect and destined and created just for you, you have to be you. You have to fully embody yourself, and this is what the Aries energy is helping us step into. Step into our true, real, raw, authentic self with no shame, with no apologies. We are being our true selves, and we're owning it, and we're stepping into the path that we're meant for, the path that lights us up, the path that our soul is yearning and pulling us towards. Follow your bliss, and the universe will open doors where there were only walls. This is the magic of living life on this plane, is that you just follow your bliss and opportunities will just pop in, like literally it'll just pop out of thin air. Things will just come in for you, and that is the magic of this experience. This is the magic that we're learning in this eclipse. If you stay true to yourself, universal law, you will attract what's meant for you. You will attract what's supposed to come. So be realistic and expect a miracle, because miracles are coming in. So there's so many miracles coming in right now. You are a miracle. Life is a miracle. The fact that you're watching this on your phone or your laptop is a miracle. The fact that we're sitting on a rock hurtling through space is a miracle. The fact that we are eternal light beings coming down and embodying a physical body for 100 years is a miracle. All of this is a miracle, and we have to stay in this mindset of seeing the magic in all of it, and more magic will come into our lives. This eclipse is the most amazing astrological event of our entire lives. I think this date is going to be massive, and it's going to affect us for the rest of our lives. We just need to embody our true selves, embody the magic and the divinity that we are, and we will start attracting more magic, more miracles, and more blessings into our life. We also have the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in April 21st, I think it is. I've already talked about that in my other video, but this is the best case scenario happening. You are protected, you are always guided, you are always divinely supported, and everything that's happening right now has been divinely orchestrated, and you just need to trust that. I know it's a mess, I know it might be chaotic, it might feel like a tower moment, and our little human minds can't comprehend the giant divine plan that is behind all this, but we just need to trust right now, and we just need to be realistic and expect a miracle to happen, because they are happening. They're happening right now. The quantum field is here to show us that we can have it right now. Anything we want, it's already yours, it's already within you. You just need to tap into that frequency of attraction, of attracting what it is we want instead of focusing on what we don't want. We have very powerful minds, we have very powerful energy, we have very powerful frequencies, all of us. And we get to decide what we attract into our lives by being very aware and very vigilant with where our mind is at, where our thoughts are at, where our feelings are at. We always get to decide what we think, how we feel. We can't control other people, we can't control the external, but the internal does reflect the external. So just focus on the internal right now. Just focus on your relationship with self, which is Aries. A lot of wounds are coming up right now with this Chiron energy, with Chiron exactly conjuncting this eclipse to the exact minute. There's a lot of wounds coming up around ourselves, and there's a lot of healing in terms of our identity and discovering who we really are. So be gentle with yourself, be kind with yourself, start seeing the divinity in you, start seeing the blessing it is to be alive and to be who you are, and how exciting it's going to be when you start stepping into who you really are, instead of pretending to be someone else that you're not, instead of people pleasing, instead of sweeping things under the rug, instead of keeping everyone happy, which is Libra. We are going to start stepping into our true, real, raw, authentic self with no shame, and this is where the world is headed. We're all going to start playing our unique roles that we have signed up for in this lifetime, and we're going to be stepping into this new earth, this new paradigm. The old systems are going to fall, the old paradigms are going to crash and melt and fall apart, and we are the builders of this new life, of this new reality, and all we need to do is just snap our fingers and change the channel and turn into it, because we can tap in. That is our power. We can tap into this quantum energy, this quantum field whenever we want, and we can attract anything. The universe is like a giant supermarket, an infinitely sized supermarket, and all we need to do is put in our order. And how do we put in our order? Through our thoughts, through our feelings, through our beliefs, through our actions, through our habits, through our behaviors. All of these things we have to be more aware of right now, more than ever. You should always be aware of our thoughts and our feelings and our words and our actions, because that's our asking. That's our asking to the universe. So what is it that you want? Start embodying it. You will only attract what you are. So start, what is it that you want? Start being that. Start acting as if you've already got it, and so it is. It will come, and this is the most powerful time. I think it's the most powerful moment of your entire lives. Seriously, I'm not exaggerating this. This is the time to stay in a very high vibration and a high frequency, and let yourself dream. Let yourself see your highest timeline, your highest potential, and there are no limits. You are a limitless being. Your destiny is limitless. Your soul is eternal and so incredibly powerful, and all we need to do is tap into this. And it's a crazy ride, the human experience, but all we need to do is hop on the back of that dragon and see where it's flying us, because it's flying us into something amazing, something completely new, but something so exciting and so empowering and so amazing. And all that old stuff and all that hard stuff and all the traumas and the wounds and the insecurities and the vulnerabilities, all that stuff we're leaving behind, because we're stepping into our true life and our true purpose. And this is the best moment to be alive. I think this is just the best moment. And despite all the chaos and all the craziness that's happening, we just need to see that we are getting flown into a beautiful, beautiful reality, and we just need to stay in that high frequency. We need to stay in that high vibration and enjoy the ride. So hope you guys have an amazing eclipse. The next 2 weeks are very, very important. So keep dreaming. Keep thinking about what your dream life is, and you'll manifest it. Love ya.